There's a few things I'd like to go over to get started with our floor plans for our ranch single family residential project that we're going to be working on. This is a little bit different way of me teaching this. As I keep on saying, the 15-week semester, we did have this textbook and we were doing this very large two-story house with a lot of different things going on. And I think sometimes there's an easier way of learning how to be able to use our drawing programs out there. Sometimes those larger projects can get a little overwhelming. So I just want to, explore doing it this way by having these videos and documents that I can give you a little breakdown of the items that I'm looking for as far as the wall, the choice of the exterior materials, the thicknesses, the window sizes, door sizes, all of those different things, all of those specifications that go into a working drawing, I'm going to provide to you with hopefully saving you some money on not buying textbooks and future students, if this works well for us here in the summer course, for future students to not have to buy textbooks. This is kind of a cool way of being able to learn the program, save some money, and do something different. These videos are lessons in the way that you are going to be drawing your projects. And each lesson and each week, it's going to be working a little bit further on detailing of our house project to get to a true working drawing level. So one lesson builds upon the other. A little intro to creating project files. I want you to open up Revit and be on this first page that I'm on. The Building Information Model, BIM, which is a course that's taught here in our degree at STIC through the Building Construction Management. It's really just a single file. It's one of these models. We're going to go to Model New. We're going to open up a template, right? That's a single file. But within that file, it can be so large. There could be so many different elements and pages and detail drawings, cross sections, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, right? Mechanical, all of it. So it becomes this very large integrated project file, but it is just a single file. So building information modeling is becoming more popular, and one of our advisory board meetings from people from the industry come and talk to us. They started talking to us about this a couple years ago, and so we started teaching the concept. And really it's a concept, and we use Revit and CAD to be able to create these files. We use these drawing programs because, as you know, you've already taken CAD and now you're learning this Revit. These we have the ability to create some very detailed work within just one project file. So large databases are created. Just to go over this recent file area here, as you can see, I have week 1 detailed line assembly going on. Hopefully you've gone through some of these other sample structure projects and the architectural projects, families. Feel free to poke around and look at the different things that you're going to be able to do with this great program. But when this is launched, the recent files view is loaded. Template files have several item setups and are ready to use. They have the walls, the doors, the window types. So starting with these correct templates, so when we're thinking about the project and we're going into a project to do design, we want to be able to use the correct template, as we will save a significant amount of time because these families and all of these items are already readily available in the template that we chose. So for us to get started, we're going to go to New. And instead of using what we have here, these four, I want you to go over to the Browse button. Browse, come on. And we have other default, this library that you're going to find in your document area here. We have all of these different templates and families and whatnot, and we're going to be using a residential default. So here's all the other ones as well too. So electrical can have theirs, mechanical, and we can use these different ones to be able to create our projects. But we want the residential default because this is going to give us all of the items that we need to be able to successfully draw a residential working drawing, create a project in this residential interface. As you can see over here in the project browser, you have all sorts of different items. We have the footings, we have basement electrical, so we'll be able to do some electrical in here, framing, foundation, second floor. We're not going to have a second floor in this house, it's just going to have a basement, so we'll be removing some of these things. And if you just go down the list, you can see we have our ceiling joists. We'll be able to deal with our elevations, create some sheet sets at the end, maybe some schedules if we have time, and all of this is ready to go in the residential default. The other thing that's ready to go is our wall selection. So if you come up here to the architecture tab and go to wall, oops, yep, here we go, you'll see that a properties box popped up. And if you click on that arrow, you can see we have all sorts of different residential interior and exterior walls already set up. Exterior brick on wood stud, wood shingles over wood siding on wood studs. So all sorts of different things. So one of the first things that we should do, I'm going to get out of this wall command here. See how it's green up top here? Modify place wall. That means I'm in a command, so I'm just going to hit escape. Escape, come on, or cancel. Right, I just did a right click on my mouse and did a cancel there. So one of the first things we want to do on any project is we want to be able to put some project information in here before we even start drawing. That way it's in there for when we're ready for our sheet sets. And the way we save this drawing, I always save it by the customer's name, and the filing system that I use, I save it by the town. So if it's Springfield, Holyoke, Wilbraham, Longmeadow, what have you, I put my clients' folders within it by city and towns. So we're going to go to the Manage tab up here, and then we're going to look for Settings, and we're going to go to Project Information. Project Information. Box will come up, and we're going to do some editing on where. Now, there's a lot of really cool things that you can put in here under the project information. So we could get the specific location to help us with our energy settings, passive solar. There's different ways that we can see the sun's projection into our homes by setting up some further details here in the project information box. So let's go down here to under Other, project issue date. I'm going to put today's date, so it is July 18, 2022. This is the date that I'm issuing this project on. Project status, we are going to put preliminary right now. We'll change that to final. Client's name, this is the Marvel residence, and we're going to put Wilbraham. Project address. Okay, this is where project address. We're just going to put Wilbraham, Mass. Obviously, you would put the street name on there. Project name. This is new residence, and the project number. The project number is based on the company setup. So my company setup, I would always have, like I said, the town or city, and I just labeled those as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then when you went into those folders, if I had, 10 clients in Springfield, then it would be, if Springfield was 2, it would be 2-003 is the Marvel clients, or in Wilbraham, excuse me. So it all depends on how the organization is set up. So why don't we just put 2022-18 because it's similar to the date. And then we're going to click OK. Now I'm going to go back into the project information one more time. I briefly, he ran over this, the energy analysis. So let's just review that real quick. If you click on edit, these are the energy settings that it's giving. Ground, plane, project phase, these different details. There's other advanced options. To be honest with you, I haven't dove very, very deep into the energy settings of Revit. I let it kind of do its thing, as it's already defaulted. It's already set up a certain way. So we would have to dig in deeper to play around with these different things to see what they do to the energy analysis of the project you're working on. But if we OK this and we get out of the project information, and we actually want to get this set up so we could do passive solar on this house, you'd come under here to Manage tab, Project Location, and at the very top, it's the location. So this comes up with your location, weather, and site to, it's an internet mapping service. So this will help perform accurate daylighting and energy analysis. Using Revit in conjunction with programs like Autodesk Insight, Safari, or this virtual environment can help create more energy efficient buildings, because you can actually study the design impacts on energy consumption earlier in the project. That's part of the BIM concept. We want to be able to look at all the different features that we can try to do during the design process. So, you know, being able to perform accurate daylighting and energy analysis is a super idea to do during design. Why would you want to do that during construction? So Revit and CAD and all of these different things, and then these third parties that we could bring them into, like Autodesk Lighting or Loom Tools, it can help us with these like lighting analysis as well too. So there's so many different aspects and so many different ways that we can help with the energy efficiency and sustainability of a project nowadays compared to when we used to just do it by hand. So I'm just going to come on into the project address location here. Sometimes this doesn't work on certain computers, I've heard in the past. So it all depends on the type of computer you're working on. We're not going to need it too much in here. I'm going to give you a lot of information through these videos on where to find certain things. Just click OK. Search for the entered address. Oh, it's going to make me put the address in? No. Great. Perfect. And OK. So now it has the accurate location of where this project is going to be located. One last thing on this video, and then I'm going to have to close this video out and start the next one with the exterior walls. If we go to our sheet sets, if you open up these sheet sets, and you can open up first floor plan. Over here in the title box, you're going to see what we just did with the project information. So we added all of this information in. To zoom, I'm just using my mouse wheel. And then I'm using to pan, I just hold my finger down on that wheel and I can move it around. So there's other things that we can add in here, and all you have to do is click on the item, drawn by. I'm going to put my name. You should be putting your name, please, to get credit for your assignments. Make sure your name is in there. Checked by, that would be me. Or you could just put professor. Professor, I'll be checking them. Anyways, this is going to be printed out at 1/4 inch equals a foot. And I believe it's a 24 by 36 piece of paper. Yeah. And up here, you can always have your architect, engineer, contractor, whatever, whomever else needs to be in your title box. But just by adding that information into, you know, that the project information under our Manage tab, I was able to get all that information in there, and I don't need to type it in, and I can just forget about it and start drawing. On to the next video.